Reading. Today I want to speak to you on the subject of religion and how they lie to us about religion. What do I mean about that? Every religion on the face of this earth believe that they are the one and only true religion there is. And the reason why people think that way is because they make sure from a very young age they impress that kind of belief on their subconscious mind. And so when you look around the world and you look at, for example, Christianity, there's so many different denominations, and all of them speak something different, and they always believe that they have the truth and everyone else have the lie. For example, in Christianity, they'll teach you that all the other religions that they are false because they do not believe in Jesus. That's what they would do. But when you look more deeper into who you are and you look deeper into the mind and how the mind really works, you will realize that every religion on the face of this earth is basically pointing you into the same direction, into the same place. And that will help you to realize that there's only one religion, which is the religion of self-realization. That's the only religion there is. And your body is the only temple or the only church where the invisible lives or resides. You see, it doesn't matter what is your religious or spiritual beliefs. It all goes back to the mind. Therefore, your body is the house in which this infinite intelligence takes its habitation and have this human experience as you. And it doesn't matter where you come from or what is your religion. All of us born in this world in a state of forgetfulness, a state of amnesia, and we are seeking to know who we are. And the universal question of life would all be, who am I? And when the answer comes, it must be I am. Okay, so I am whatever I believe myself to be. For as a man thinketh in his heart, which is speaking of his subconscious mind, his invisible self, so is he. Because everything is created twice, first in the mind, and then outwardly in this physical three-dimensional world. Therefore, you must establish that you're a physical being, a psychological being, and also a spiritual being. Therefore, it doesn't matter which religion you're part of, you must be able to understand your religion on all three levels. Whatever book you're reading, whether it's the Bible, whether it's the Quran, whether it's Sanskrit, doesn't matter what. Okay? You have to understand that it is pointing you to find your true self, your higher self. And whichever religion that is pointing you to look on the outside, they are keeping you in exoteric theology that is pointing you to look outwardly. But for example, when I speak about self-realization, I'm pointing you to look inwardly. And whichever religion or whichever book I choose to use, I'm going to point you to understand it esoterically. That's why I would always point you to look inwardly. So true religion is self-realization. So there's only one religion. The religion of trying to know who you are, trying to seek to know your identity. Everything else is false identity. Your real identity is your divinity, your divine being. Okay? And as I said before, your body is the temple. Okay? And so people who read the Bible, even the Bible in Acts 17 tells you that God does not dwell in temples made of hands. It also tells you that the kingdom of God is within you. And you must not let anyone say to you, lo here or lo there, because the kingdom is within. But in order for you to really understand what I'm saying, you must accept the fact that the Bible is a book of mind science, that it addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. For it is not literal, neither is it secular history. And it has no reference to anyone who existed thousands of years ago or to any actual event that would have taken place thousands of years ago. You will have to agree that from the beginning to the end of the Bible, that's all a great psychological drama. It all have to do with the human psyche. And you have to use your psyche, yes, your mental powers, to actually either agree or disagree with me. Because every decision that we make in life, it was for us a thought, it was for us an idea, it's for us imagine. So everything you'll ever say and everything you'll ever do, it has to for us be mental, it has to for us be psychological, it has to for us be a thought, it has to for us be an idea, it has to for us originate from within. So everything originated from within and it's been expressed without. So as above, so below. As it is within, so is it without. So when you really, really understand religion and the purpose for religion in society, you will also understand that all of them are leading you into the same place. You see, in Christianity, they might talk about going to heaven. In another religion, they might tell you going to a place of nirvana. Okay, but basically it's going to the higher place, the higher state of consciousness, coming to your Christ consciousness, coming to discover your God self, coming to experience the inner birth, the new birth, coming to experience your invisible self. It all boils back to the same thing. So you know that, for example, growing up in Christianity, they will tell you that all these other religions, they are false because it's not about Jesus. Yet, Jesus is a literal man with special powers. 2,000 years ago never exists. You see, it's just a personification that represents the human imagination. That's why it tells you that all things were made by him and without him was not anything made that was made. Tell me of one thing that was made that wasn't for a thought or for an idea or for imagine. Okay? Everything starts in the mind. We're living in a mental construct. All is mind. So if you learn to control your mind, you'll be able to control your life. And you will know that you do not need any religion that is pointing you to look outside of yourself. Anything that is pointing you to look within and come to a place of self-realization is teaching you the truth. So there's only one religion. It's the religion of self-realization. And there's only one church, which is your body. But you see, religious people would turn around and tell you that the place that they normally go on Saturday and Sunday, that is not the church. They'll tell you that their body is the church, yet they'll still come back and refer to those places as the church, and they will hold those places dear to their heart, believing that there is the place they go to meet with God and to commune with God. But the Bible tells you that you must commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still in Psalms 4:4. And then also in Job chapter 33 also it tells you the same thing. Okay. And in Matthew 6:6 it tells you the same thing also. To go into your closet, to go into the secret place where the Father dwells in secret. Go into that place of meditation, that place of visualization. So whatever you need in this life, it can be found within you. So if you really dig deep, you realize that every religion, it was for a thought, it was for an idea, it was for imagine. Every church, so-called church building, it was for a thought, it was for an idea, it was for imagine. Any book that you will read, the Bible is a book. Okay, the Quran is a book. All of these books that they use, you have to realize that book can never be written unless it was for a thought, for an idea, and for imagine somebody's mind. So the mouth of God is the mind of man, and the mind of man is the mouth of God. So any form of intelligence is still have to come to the mind of a man. So you are the portal. So my brother, my sisters, learn to love yourself, learn to believe in yourself, and learn to embrace yourself. And do not look to a preacher. Do not look for any validation or vindication from any religious man or woman, or from any politician or anyone who wants you to believe, to trust their judgment instead of you trust the power that is within you to lead you and guide you. Do you realize that it is your own thoughts that is creating your reality and creating your personality. If you do that, then you know that you're the Lord and Master of your destiny. Okay? Because it is your thoughts that is giving you your results in life. How you think, that's how you will always be. So, my brothers and my sisters, as I come to closing, if you grow up in secular Christianity and you were taught to be closed-minded and you were never taught to be open-minded, I'm saying to you, if right now, as you listen to me, you're willing to unlearn, relearn, and reprogram your subconscious mind, you will realize that you've been lied to all of your life. You would realize that religion is to basically control other people's mind. And also, politics too. They use all of these things, okay, in the system to control your mind. But if you got to control your mind for yourself and think for yourself, you will realize how powerful you are. And you find the true religion of self-realization. Because you come to know who you are. And you will never go to any so-called church because you know that your body is the temple in which God or the infinite intelligence dwells. And this infinite intelligence, you can call it by whatever name you want to call that infinite intelligence by. Okay? So most religious people, they're taking, as I said before, personification for persons. And they're taking allegory for history. Even the story of Abraham and Sarah, Galatians 4:24 tell you that it is an allegory. It's not true. Therefore, when you study the genealogy of Jesus, it have to be also an allegory. Christ is your higher self, not a man 2,000 years ago, not a person. It's your higher self, your invisible self. So get in touch with your true self, your true essence, and realize there's only one religion and one church. And that truth can only be found within you. So with that being said, my brothers and sisters, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me, what I'm saying, if it really makes sense to you, if it really resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, I definitely want to encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at BlackMadGuru. And I will also encourage you to get my latest book. It's called The Secret Vagina Mystery of the Virgin Birth. That's why I'm opening up the Immaculate Conception to show you that you can conceive and bring forth in the psychological world, in the spiritual world, and also in the physical world. You're a three-dimensional being, okay, as in your body, your physical, your psychological, and your spiritual. That's why you must understand the Bible that way. Plus, I have spiritual recipe for better living, plus many other books and journals that are available to you on Amazon. So I definitely encourage you to check them out. Okay. And if you're not a part of my Patreon community, you're most welcome to become a part and to support this work. However, for those who are willing to donate $20 or more, you have access to my course that is called The Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. And along with that is a bonus course on self-concept. So, before I leave you, I just want to remind you one more time to make sure you go and check out all of the links that are down below and let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So that being said, I just want to say peace, love you all, out.